So I heard the other day this great quote, and it says, "Your body is the least interesting thing about you. Your body is the least interesting thing about you." And for example, right now in our society, in our sport, we give it so much importance to this aspect of ourselves, for this aspect of our appearance. Um, and for example, I was hearing yesterday a coach talk about how there are some countries that have disadvantages for uh, like a specific biotype, a specific maybe even skin color, something like that. Like it almost sounded like she implied this. And no, nothing against her. I love her. I have learned so much from her. Um, but I do want to kind of put it out there because, again, we are still in this taboo society. We don't want to talk about things. We don't want to address difficult subjects. And I am not the best person to address difficult subjects at all. But I do like to kind of put it out there and kind of plant the seed to see where are we going to go and where do we want to go and how do we want to look at the sport and what are the aspects that we are really valuing. For example, FINA is being very specific about the ethics of the sport, like being valuing the athlete for the heights, for the difficulty, for the movements, not for physical appearance, right? So we really need to make sure that we are being very um, careful about what, as coaches, we are telling our athletes, what as entities we want our athletes to look like. Because, yes, Russians are the top swimmers right now, but we are not all Russians. I am not white. I am not skinny, right? And I have never been. When I was training, I was like, you see my muscle. I'm a strong person, I'm a big person, I'm tall, but my legs weren't really that thin, that long. I have long legs, but like I just grew up in a different country, heritage culture. We eat differently too. Of course, there are good ways to eat, right? And I always try to focus about in the nutrition sense, like what is the best way that we can use meals, use food to give us the gasoline we need to keep on producing energy for our trainings. Like that's my focus. Like my focus is not really about uh, that's young food, don't eat it, right? Because sometimes we do really need a little bit of like the sweets, and it's just like exciting to have like a day out and have a little like eating with some friends of a brownie or something like that. I love brownies and I love Oreos. So I am not against like bad eating or junk food eating. I know that I need to kind of value the days when I have it is not every day and whatever not. But the whole point of my talk today is that we need to be aware of how, like, the message that we are putting out there. If it starts from us, for example, if I say from the beginning, oh no, I'm from Puerto Rico, I am from Puerto Rico, and I am dark skin, and like I'm not that long, I'm not that skinny, and whatever, like things like this, then this is like a limiting belief. I cannot be limiting in my own belief for my own athletes. I cannot be putting these limitations on my athletes because I want them to achieve their max dreams, their maximum potential. And for that to happen, the focus needs to be on technique, extension, flexibility, height, posture, etc., 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 etc. Things that are related to the sport, right? Things. So we need to make sure that this is the message that as coaches we are putting out there. And I wanted to kind of bring that out because, again, your body is the least interesting thing about you. And it sounds kind of negative, but at the same time it's so true. Like, we are so much more than our bodies. Like, even personally, like, not only physically, like, we can be like very powerful swimmers, right? A powerful swimmer usually is not skinny, right? So then, like, how can we as coaches look for the best in each athlete to bring out their potential? That should be our focus. That's a healthy environment. That's the environment that I would like to create for my own swimmers. And I hope that, in this sense also, we create a better, um, you know how Ohio State is always talking about this hashtag break the stigma. We need to break the stigma in this sense. We need to uh, create new ways of looking at the sport, and hopefully starting from us, and like judges will see that too. And hopefully, like, the biotype of the athlete is not only considered skinny, right, and white. We need to open our minds to much more than that. But I think it starts with us. Whenever we prove the judges that we can be like thigh high and rib high in our egg beater, and like verticals, and like chest high in our barracudas, like, it's very, like, it's impossible for them to not notice our power, right, as a woman. So do not, the message that I want to also bring with this video is that we cannot limit ourselves to something that has always been like how it has always been, right? Like, we cannot limit ourselves to, because I am from South America, I cannot be at top level. No, like, we determine where do we want to be. So if I fight for my dream every single day of the week, every single day, if I fight for my dream, if I want to make Olympics and I fight for it, I will eventually achieve a good position, and hopefully achieve the position to get to Olympics, right? But if, for example, a vacation comes, and instead of taking just like the normal 3 weeks to 4 weeks of vacation, I take like 2 months of vacation, then of course this is not going to happen. If in trainings I am not intentional about how I want to move, how I want to achieve my positions, achieve my extension, like, if I'm not intentional with that sense, again, it's like putting, I'm investing my time, but I'm not really like there 100%. So it, we do need to kind of value everything. There's so many aspects of this, and I'm not saying that I am right about anything that I'm saying, because, again, I said in the beginning, I'm not the best person to talk about this, but I want to plant the seed that we are in control of our dreams. We can be in control of our dreams if we actually invest in them, invest through time, invest through direction from the coach, invest with intention in every single training. Okay. So I wanted to kind of like put this message out there, just because of things that I've been hearing lately. And I want everybody to do the sport for kind of like the right reasons, not for like a mindset of being scared of not achieving like your max goal just because you don't look in a certain way. It's not like that. Like, we need to realize that we are much more than that, and if we show that we are much more than that, then for sure, like you will achieve whatever you want. Okay. So I hope that you like this message. Hopefully lot more people kind of like get a sense of of this little seed in their heads, so that we can kind of start looking at the sport as a sport and not like only appreciating the appearance side, because we are much more than that, right? So hopefully this message helps a lot of you. Hopefully, if you like that, you share it with a lot of people that you know, so that we can keep growing in the sport. And again, thank you. Today is the day past Thanksgiving, and so I want to thank you all for following the message that I want to put out there. I want to be there for you. I not only want to be there for in a technical sense, but hopefully I want to plant little seeds so that we can keep on growing personally, mentally, and keep growing our passion. So I'm here for you. I hope you have a great weekend. Synchro now, breathe later. Bye.